Okay, there you go, guys. One strike with the Ferrocerium rod, or Strike Force. It caught. It wasn't even actually the Triolent that caught, it was the wet fire stuff. I just pulled a little bit of it out of the package and threw it on there. Next, I'm just going to put in a little bit of birch bark. It's going to help. Okay. The wet fire stuff will burn quite a while, so it's very handy. And on goes a little bit of tinder, or kindling rather, if need be. I can help it. A little bit of birch bark. But it was one strike off the Strike Force. It's got her going. So now we have fire. We have a fire pit. It's already radiating the heat back right at me because of that wall. I don't want to build too big of a fire because, again, I have a lot of material still around me and I don't want to create a forest fire and burn myself to death either. Just a small enough fire, not ideal size, to keep me warm for the night. Again, just utilizing wood, using small chunks at a time. You can do the old fire star method, which is just taking 5 sections of stick and just keep pushing in the tip of the stick into the fire, so it slow burns, it's controlled. So now we have fire. Now we're just going to go secure water and secure some food. Okay, that's the next step. Alright guys, next step. Remember, I got this piece of paracord with me. It was inside the gun. So what I'm going to do, as soon as I untangle it all, is I'm going to strip it. And I'm going to use it, because I do have 2 other hanks with me. The sun blocking you here. If I can. I made the mistake, I didn't bring the base for my camera. Brought the tripod, but not the base, so I can't connect the damn thing to the tripod, so kind of getting weird angles here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut it open. I'll do it right here. Both ends, so I can strip it. Right. And don't throw away that sheath, because the black part, this outer part, just trust me, it'll come in handy for other things. Right? It'll come in very handy. As you see, 7 strands inside paracord. So this 3 foot, well, maybe it's about 2.5 feet section, just double to 14 feet of fishing line. So as you see, I got 7 different strands. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take each strand apart and tie them together using, for me, I know it as a prusik knot. Okay, because I rappel when I mountain climb. I'm also certified in high angle rescue. So to me, it's a prusik knot. To others, it'd be known as a Berkeley knot if you're a fisherman. Okay, which is basically just overlapping the 2 pieces of cord, like so. Okay, holding your finger in one direction, wrap it back on itself, and then back through. Take your tag end and go back through the knot, or the 2 loops, and pull it tight. You're going to do the same on the opposite side. Wrap it around your finger, behind itself, and then take your tag end and put it through. Okay, so we're going to do this, I would say probably, I'm going to use 4 strands of this knot, or this line, as my fishing line. I'm going to see if there's any fish in that pond over there. I can utilize the rest of it, again, for snares, okay, for small game, birds, around here, grouse, partridge, whatever. I can use this for lashing things together. Okay. I can use it also for trigger points on spring snares and what have you. Just something a little more heavy duty than each strand, although 550 paracord, that's what it's rated for, right? 550 pounds. So obviously this stuff is pretty strong. So I'm going to get this tied together. I'll get a lure thrown onto it. Find a nice long stick that I can tie it to and use as a fishing pole. And we'll go and see if we can catch a couple fish for dinner. Okay? Okay guys, I'm down by the water. Found a kind of a promising spot. Got some rocks, got an overhanging tree. What I've done is I've just taken a stick, tied my line to it, which goes all the way down. And I just got, let's see it there, a split shot, a hook, and a little plastic maggot. So I'm going to wander over here and see if we can actually catch anything. And if I can do this without wiping out into the water, it'd be ideal. So you think what I'll do, I'll shut this off for right now. I'll turn it back on if I happen to catch anything. Okay, stay tuned. Well guys, not surprisingly, I got skunked. There are fish in there, I have seen them. They just didn't want to bite. There are also a ton of minnows in there. So I could probably set up a minnow trap. I could also set up some more, a gang line perhaps with the fishing line. But what I did find, which was rather promising, was clamshells. Big ones. So what that tells me is in the mud, I can walk around the banks of this pond and find live clams like this. Just smoke them over the fire, dinner. You know, it's not a bad thing. Of course, the clamshells themselves will come in useful for other things as well. You know, but also looking here, just down this little inlet comes in, it's heavily trailed. You can see the sinkholes here, all in here. You got raccoons coming in here. I've got deer coming in and out of here. Certainly the beaver. Be an ideal location to set traps and perhaps acquire a larger game. But, you know, for the intents and purposes of this scenario, I would personally deem it a success. Like I say, I'm going to go and I'm going to set up some traps for myself, and just for myself to do it. I've set them up, trigger them off, take them down, just for practice purposes. But it's something you need to go out and try. I highly recommend that you do. You know, any skill, you know, it needs to be practiced. You know, it's no different than, say, martial arts. You know, it's a self-defense course. You know, it doesn't do you any good if you just sit there in the class and listen but don't participate or practice. You know, you build your level of preparedness when you do practice these things, because you become proficient with it. You know, and it becomes second nature for you. And then when things do go a little bit wrong, you just sit back and go, well, okay, guess this is what I got to do, and this is how I do it. And, you know, use all that stuff to your advantage. And if you have the opportunity and the ability to actually get out in the woods, or know someone that owns property with woods that you can use, get out there. Practice these things. Practice going with nothing, or the bare bones minimum, kind of like we did today, right? You know, it's just a mock scenario. You've gotten lost. You've only got on you what you have. You know, utilize nothing, and then utilize everything. If you get a full-blown kit, use everything in it. And other days you use a lot less. Use, the bare minimums, just a knife, if need be. It can be done. I've done it. I've practiced with it. So it can be done, just walking out in the bush with just a knife and going, okay, how am I going to do this? And you sit back and you figure it out. It's a lot of fun. Makes for a great day. And you teach yourself stuff. And you'll learn from mistakes that you make. And if they aren't able to find a solution for it, by all means, you get a hold of people and you ask, hey, have you ever done this? What'd you do? And we find solutions. So anything you want to see while we're out here, let me know, and we'll put something together. We'll get her done. And then we can all learn from it. Because it could be something that you have in mind that I've never tried. And that's what I'm looking for. Give me something new. And we'll try it out. Anyhow, till next time, the day you stop learning is the day you're dead. Well, guys, just as a final note here. Got everything packed away. I got my EDC back together. I got everything packed back into the shotgun that came out of there. And the key, I think you need to remember, whenever you're out practicing, is put everything back the way you found it. Leave no trail. That's the key. It's nice to be out in the woods. It's fun to goof off out here. But you know what? You don't need to leave a mess behind. And that's the key for everything. Whether you're practicing skills, whether you're out hunting, whatever, even just out camping, pick up after yourself. My fire pit is gone. There's no sign of me having a fire here. Shelters are gone. There's no sign of it being built. That's the key. Put everything back to nature so you can come back and enjoy it some more without having to look at your own garbage or the garbage of someone else, which is always discouraging. So, until the next video, stay safe and get out and practice.